So I'm bringing this up now. I had to bring you in on this. So I'm giving my history of how much I respected Lord Jamar just from the history of hip hop and shit like that. And so he comes on the first time, the Flat Earth thing, gets a lot, big views, da-da-da-da. It was awesome. Right. I said, man, there's a guy that was watching you, a guy named Dave. He's a Professor Dave. He saw your shit and he was like disputing you.
And I thought certain people were my friend, you know? And you don't want to believe that your friends would do certain things, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Yeah, man. And he said, I'm going to take some legal action. You know, and then he goes, I didn't sign anything to show my. I was like, that you can't. You've been on my podcast before. Now you're doing this legal shit. Whatever is clever. You can't do that. Like now you're gonna do a lawsuit on me. Like what?
What's going on, America and the rest of the world? Xander J. Hobson here, comedian, director, and producer of boxing documentaries and troll. To those who need trolling. This is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, do me a favor, because I'm trying to grow the platform. So please subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comments section because I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of views with you all. So anyway, folks, what's going on with Godfrey and Lord Jamar? It appears that they got a bit of a beef going on. As a matter of fact, no, let's back up with that. It appears as though Lord Jamar has a bit of a beef going on.
Black Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You don't respect Neil?
No, I would debate him in a minute.
Really?
Absolutely.
I met Neil, but I'm really tight with Chuck Nice. As comics, we know Chuck Nice.
He works with
does Star
Neil
Talk with
yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's He's his co-host.
Yes.
So I hit up Chuck. Chuck hit me back and he said, listen, he says, look, Neil is swamped. There's no way I could get Neil on until maybe after February. But then what happened was I saw a clip where Dave did a response video on
That's what I was talking about.
And the flat Earth. But the first thing was I want to debate Neil
deGrasse Tyson, right? And so
I was absolutely, and I said this to you, God, that I'm a little funny about letting Professor Dave debate him on your platform because I was worried about the optics of a white dude.
Tried to use a black man first, and my thing is this. Whatever the race is, somebody don't agree with you. And so let's see. It's science. Let's see what happens.
Flat Earth is the dumbest hoax in human history. Jamar just watched some videos by Eric Dubé, who just spews a bunch of bullshit, memorized what he says, and repeats it and pretends to be intelligent. Instead, everything you say is so insanely stupid and can be disproven with, like, middle school level physics.
See, you say these things... These are definitions of words. These are definitions that are given by people who are here who are here to reinforce a certain position.
You think that things fall down because the air is less dense. The air is less dense above the object too. So why don't things fall up? Can
things
you explain
do
that to
fall
me?
up, you asshole.
What
Bubbles go up, you stupid. Fucking evaporation goes up. You, how can a tadpole defy gravity? You shithead.
Okay, I see what's going on. Lord Jamar been walking around talking this flat earth stuff like he was the smartest kid in the room for a very long time. And what happened is he ran across somebody who knew a little bit more about this subject than him. Same thing I've been saying all along. Sometimes you got to stay in your lane. Sometimes you have to back up and regroup. But my point is, it's just like Lord Jamar was a tough kid. He was a really good fighting dude. And he been walking around saying, man, I'll knock anybody out. And basically what happened is he bumped into Professor Dave. And Professor Dave split his wig on an intellectual level. And now Instead of him being upset with himself, he's upset with everyone else. Now, I will say this. I did notice that Godfrey was doing a lot of laughing at Lord Jamar during the debate. And I'm sure that Lord Jamar probably played back the video and watched it, and maybe some people got in his head and said, damn, man, look, Godfrey is sitting there laughing at you. But I will say this, Lord Jamar. You can't sue Godfrey because you got on there and made a fool of yourself. Let's see what else these guys are talking about.
You know, and he goes, your boy tried to I don't know, he put something in the thing. I go, why would he do that? Like, he did it because he's like, yo, that's my man. I'm going to get him some weed, blah, 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 blah. And he threw that in. I go, Dante wouldn't do no shit like that. Why the fuck would he do that? Why the fuck would he spike himself and give you the same shit? Like, he don't do shit like that. We're not those kind of guys. I don't give a fuck who he talks to. We don't do that kind of shit. You know? So I was like, damn, what? And then he goes, yo, and if I have to take legal action.
But I definitely was not myself that night. Yeah, that's what happened. And I thought certain people were my friend, you know? And you don't want to believe that your friends would do certain things, but yeah, it's definitely possible. Godfrey, back up 2 points. So I text Jamar, I was like, yo, there's no way I would ever drug you. That's crazy. And
Right.
He was like, oh, Godfrey said drugged. I didn't say drugged. I was like, well, I just want you to know I would never drug you. I go, and the only reason why we set this up in the first place was because you said you wanted to debate out of his own mouth. You saw the video. You said you wanted to
debate Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Neil,
Yeah.
so I got the next best thing, and that's how it went down.
Folks, let this be a lesson to you. If you're going to be spending any amount of time around a person, you have to vet them. I mean, I've been following Lord Jamar, Godfrey, and Deontay for a few years now. And up until now, I've been under the impression that these three guys were solid as a rock. I didn't just think they were business associates. I thought they were friends. But it's clear that that's definitely not the case. These guys are just dudes that do a podcast together. Here it is. Lord Jamar is walking around here with an ego that's big as the state of New York, but in all actuality, it's as fragile as an egg. He's talking about suing Godfrey. He's suggesting that Deontay drugged him. Why? Because he lost his debate. He espoused an ideology of a flat earth, and then he ran into a guy that pretty much mopped the floor with him. Folks, again, let this be a lesson to you. Stay in your lane. Lord Jamar is an expert about hip hop, and that's where he should stay. Talk about hip hop. When you start dabbling over and start talking about politics, and you start talking about the earth being flat, now you run the risk of someone challenging you on your limited knowledge. And this is what happened. There's no need for lawsuits. There's no need to keep suggesting that he was drugged. As a matter of fact, even suggesting that he was drugged, he opens himself up to a lawsuit from Deontay. So, Lord Jamar, knock all of that stuff off. Stay in your lane, talk about hip hop, and that way you'll always have the upper hand. So, with that said, I'm done with it. BAM!